And we're live, so it's Thursday, the final short stream of the week. And today's topic is fasting. So is it related to nutrition? No, because we're not really eating anything, but it is related to nutrition. So Mondays and Wednesdays are always around business. Tuesdays and Thursdays relating around nutrition, exercise, vibration or mindset. So my name's Karen Roberts. I'm a holistic transformation coach. I help other coaches find their mojo and help them get to six figures and beyond by using social media without being pushy or salesy. So yeah, today's topic, fasting. I was brought up to believe how terrible it was to go without food. Whereas we now know that actually our bodies are designed to feast or famine. The problem is with the modern diet in the West, we are taught, conditioned to start eating as soon as we wake up, break the fast, breakfast. Well, that was a very clever marketing tool by Kellogg's, right, back in the day, because actually we don't need to eat as soon as we wake up. And the problem is most people will eat some kind of carbohydrate, which is what cereals are. Breakfast cereals are carbohydrate, or even worse, a pastry. It's even more, sugar. But anyway, cereal breaks down into sugar. Carbs it all breaks down into sugar. So basically, if you're consuming more than a teaspoon worth of sugar, which you will be, especially if you add orange juice and a piece of fruit to the equation, then your pancreas will be releasing insulin to lower the blood, because the body can only cope with about a teaspoon of sugar in the bloodstream. So any more, then insulin needs to be released to push the sugar into the cells, basically, as storage. Your body can only store so much, especially your liver. So if it's fructose in particular, so if it's the bad, when I say bad, actually it can even include fruit. I'm not saying fruit is necessarily bad, only on top of everything else. Too much fructose in the liver will have to, through gluconeogenesis, transfer that into fat. And it turns it into a very sticky, dense LDL, which is the bad LDL. It's not the LDL that comes from animal fat, okay? This is a myth. So that LDL, guess where it goes? Around the middle, which is why, in general, people who are getting into midlife tend to carry more fat around the middle. It's not necessarily to age. It's because they have bombarded their body with so much sugar that their body is having to produce even more insulin to lower that blood sugar. And the liver is having to produce, turn even more of that fructose into LDL. So fasting, going without food, is going to allow the body to use up that surplus energy so that it doesn't store it. You see, we are just over-consuming. Fact, in the Western world, we over-consume. All of us, myself included. So actually fasting can be good because it gives us a chance to use up that surplus. At the end of the day, we're designed to eat food. Any excess we store as fat. Design that when we go periods without eating, we've got energy stored on our bodies to be used up, but we just don't give our bodies a chance. And the problem is we're just addicted to the sugar. We're addicted to the carbs, whereas actually our bodies are more naturally adapted, or should be adapted to fat. That's what we're designed to do. Fat is a far more efficient fuel source than sugar. Sugar is only available in smaller quantities, stored in the muscles or stored in the liver. So fasting has huge benefits. I'm not just talking about weight loss. I'm talking about, if we're continually eating, which we would be if we started our day with a typical breakfast, because our pancreas has released insulin, our blood sugar level has dipped too low now. So then you're hungry mid-morning. So you want something else. So you reach for a packet of crisps or some biscuits with your coffee. And then your blood sugar rises and the pancreas releases insulin. It comes down and it goes too low. And then you're hungry by lunchtime. And you have this eternal flow. So when actually, you're constantly asking your body to focus on digestion. So that is like, you have people working for you, and if you're constantly getting them to focus on one area, they haven't got time to go and do the housework to tidy up, which is what's happening with your body. But the body needs to heal. This is why we heal when we sleep. We tend to, because really throughout the day, all you're doing is asking your body to focus on digestion, because you're constantly eating. So when we fast, the cells in the body start going like, right, wait, well, there's nothing to do. Right, actually, well, there's quite a bit of housework that needs doing. So it can go back and start healing things. Autophagy triggers when you've gone 19 hours without food. That's not a bad thing. Unless you're addicted to sugar, then you might struggle. But if you're not, that's a good thing, because autophagy is the body's recycling system. And so it will go around and tidy things up, which is a good thing. It's there if any virus or bacteria comes in, it's there to attack it. We want the recycling system to be turned on, and you can only do that through fasting. Autophagy is triggered after 19 hours. So even if you're doing intermittent fasting of 16/8, it would be beneficial from a health point of view, I'm not talking about weight loss, from a health point of view, to occasionally do an extended fast, a little bit longer, to allow autophagy to be triggered. If you want any more information, you can Google this yourself. Dr. Oshumi won the Nobel Prize in 2016 for his research on fasting. It ain't necessarily so. Going without food ain't necessarily bad for you. And I'm not talking about people with eating disorders, okay? I don't mean to trigger anybody. I'm just saying from a health point of view, fasting can be incredibly beneficial. If you want more info, get in touch. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you.